Yeah, it's perfect. Impress your friends, strike fear in the hearts of your enemies. First things first, I see you vodka drinkers. I realize how frustrating it can be. I get it, vodka's your drink. It's always been your drink. Vodka soda never lets you down. It's never too sweet. But a friend of yours invites you to the fancy new cocktail bar and you go and they've got bitters everywhere and everybody has a curly mustache and you think probably I shouldn't get a vodka soda here, but you don't know what to get. And so you go to the bartender and you say, excuse me, you know, I like vodka, what would you recommend? And in exchange for this vulnerability, he sneers at you and then he drops a menu in front of you at just enough of a height to know he's being a dick about it. So listen, I'm not here to defend that guy. Pretentiousness has no role in a service profession at all. But almost every vodka drinker I know has had some version of this experience, so what gives? Well, the thing about vodka is that it's designed by very talented people with very expensive machines to taste as much like nothing as possible. And when we're talking about cocktails, bartenders generally like to have a flavorful spirit to add to the cocktail, to interact with the other ingredients. So when I get an opportunity to make a vodka drink or something with gin, I want to reward that faith with something so good. Not just, that's tasty, but something so like grab the table with your eyes closed, oh my God, delicious. And so what I do 9 times out of 10 is that I'm gonna make you an Eastside Rickey. So an Eastside Rickey is a version of an Eastside, which is itself a version of a Southside, which is itself a version of a gimlet. Goes back a long way and just small bits of complexity kind of adding over time, but it always starts with lime. And we're doing 3/4 of an ounce of fresh lime juice. Just the basic architecture here is the same as a gimlet, which is to say something real sour, like lime juice, balanced with something real sweet. In this case, it's gonna be simple syrup, and then topped off with gin. So it's 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice, and it's 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup. This is going to be as sweet as the lime is sour, and so we match up the ratios like so. Now for this, I'm going to do 2 ounces of gin. Now, the Eastside Rickey is real forgiving in terms of what kind of gin you want to use. I can't think of a gin that wouldn't work, though some do work better than others. So the rose petals and Hendrix would work really well. The bright citrus flavors of Tanqueray 10 would work really well. But I personally like the London dry gins, Beefeater, Tanqueray, Bombay Dry. They give a nice juniper backbone and it gives kind of the structure for this drink. So again, we do 2 full ounces. Now, if I were making a gimlet, I would just stop there. But because this is an Eastside Rickey, we're gonna add some cucumber and some mint. So the cucumber is gonna be a very cooling presence, and mint doubly so. There's this great book called The Flavor Thesaurus where the author named Nikki Signet refers to cucumber and mint together as cooler than a couple contract killers. So about 6 to 8 mint leaves, about 3 slices of cucumber or so, and now we're ready to shake it up. So we're gonna do a tall glass with ice. We want a tall glass because we're gonna end up adding soda water to this to make it even more refreshing. We shake it good and hard for about 6 to 10 seconds. Don't worry about muddling it because the ice is gonna do all the muddling for you. As long as you shake it hard enough, which you should be, you don't need to muddle. Perfect. Now, you're gonna have all kinds of bits in here. Sometimes you can just take a drink and pour it if you want to. It's not vital that you need fresh ice. In this particular one, because there's all this debris of cucumber and mint, I'm not only gonna strain it once, I'm gonna strain it a second time. It's like when you don't absolutely have to, but you're gonna have like bits of mint and cucumber in there, and I like keeping the pulp out. There we are, with just enough room on top for some soda. And what the soda water is doing here is it's stretching out the flavors a little bit and making it even more refreshing, if you can believe it. Perfect. And now for my favorite garnish in all of cocktaildom. So what we're gonna do is grab a slice of cucumber and some of those mint crowns, and you can kind of thread the stems of the mint crowns in the middle of the cucumber and then rise this up and holds them up like a lily pad, which you can just put on top like so. And that is the Eastside Rickey. Let's see how I did. I have made thousands of these for vodka soda drinkers, and never once has it been turned back. This drink is the ultimate converter of vodka people into gin people. I didn't know gin could be like this, is a thing that you hear almost every time. This is the prototypical refreshing cocktail for all things summer.